Hello world! WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. Now looking at here, it looks like our steam boiler is finally getting to operational capacity. We're at 103 degrees Celsius and we have almost 500 buckets of steam, which doesn't really make sense seeing as steam is, well anyways, hardly bucketable. Anyways, this is going to start going into the engines and they'll start working their magic. And now, why is that on? All that, why do I keep on doing that? There we go. All we have to do is allow it to go into the redstone energy cell. And it is going at a very fast pace once all of this starts. Whew. Okay, so got most of our engines already started, so all that we need to do is actually get this going. Now let's do a bit of redstone energy framework. Let's get some of this down. So we'll be basically having some recharging stations like so. Do I have that? That doesn't have any energy. That's unfortunate. Anyways, bring this down and have it so that we can have multiple cells charging at once. Okay, go here. Just bring this around and down like so. Now we have 3 left and I'll break out of there. And now we'll just put some dirt over these and we should be good. Okay, now we have 2 recharging stations. They don't really look that marvelous right now. We will be able to change that in the future. And this is going at a very quick speed, so let's go into our age. Gather our 2 remaining energy cell blocks here. Let's see, put that to the max and put this to the max. So we can collect them and then just place them down. Blah blah. And there we go. Let's go. And now all we have to do is place these down like so. Maybe have to wrench that out into place. So we got that. And that. And now they are receiving the energy from them and recharging at a very fast pace. If we look, they're already high, and this is almost half filled already, so we're getting a lot of energy. So, we should put some energy into the hopper, so this will actually continue running. But I'm thinking, well, those will be going almost fully charged, so we can just wait for these. And maybe just put this over there instead. Let's see. Don't. Let's wait for those to be charged anyways. That's already about 1/10 of the way charged. And we can go over to one of these and see if there's anything else we can pull out of here. We got some wheat. And I'm sure we have some extra saplings with which we can pull out of here. No, we do not. We can pull some saplings from there. In fact, let's do that. Why not? They'll be able to replenish by themselves anyways. And we're going to have some left over at the end of the day anyway. So let's see, we have 240 buckets of fuel left in there. We have this going at maximum capacity. We already have a head full of steam, so we'll have to use all that later. That's going well. Put this in, put the wheat in first, and then just that, and then we'll have energy flowing into this. Hopefully there will be enough. In fact, there should be enough. If only I had some sort of voltmeter or power meter that will be able to determine all of that. Because the recharging station will take a certain amount, but this will request some as well, so I'm not sure which is getting priority. This is pretty much getting priority, but this just needs some biomass to work on, so I think it's good. This is almost charged anyways, and eventually we're going to have a waste of energy, but as soon as this gets to the 1000 degrees Celsius, we'll be more than enough happy to get all the biofuel we need. So we'll just wait for that to charge up. Maybe we'll take this out so we can get our tree farm engaged again. And then we can work on some more stuff. Now I'm thinking we should probably start with our apiary stuff because we haven't worked on anything apiary related for a while. In fact, we actually didn't. So we're going to need to go out, get some wool and string and etc. to get some bees to work on apiary stuff and get all that working. So, do we have any shears? No, we do not. Therefore, you might want to close your eyes. I should have gave you a bit more warning, shouldn't I? Oh well. Let's get 3 of these. And once more, like so. And we got 3 pieces of wool. That will be certainly enough for all the stuff we're going to be working on. Certainly. Why anything else? Why? Okay, I am going insane. Okay. So let's see. We're going to need to get some bees for this. We're going to actually need some flowers for these apiaries to work on. And hopefully we can get some cultivation going at some sort of steady pace. I'm not sure how we're going to do this yet, but I'm sure it will be easy enough once we get some of the little buggers to start off. Let's see, over here. In fact, I think I'm going to change my tree farm so that instead of being a tree farm, it will be taking up, instead of being birch, we'll change it so that it's all of these ones over here, the oak. Because the oak will drop some apples as well, and that might be useful in the future. I'm not sure how useful until we actually get into that stuff. So taking this, oak, oak, oak. So we got 1 sapling. We're going to need some more. Was I breaking it with that? Yes, I was. That is very stupid of me. Let's see how many saplings we can get, and hopefully we get some to start off. Okay, I received about 4 oak saplings. So we can probably just add it to the system and eventually it'll get everything that's required. Probably going to need to remove the birch sapling from one of these, but add it as one of the oak saplings. So let's remove the birch saplings, so all the birch saplings will just go into our nice little storage container here, as you just saw. And we'll take one of these out and put these in instead. Now, where these saplings will go is an easy thing to do. We just want to put them into our hopper as I'm hopping around and get that working. So let's put that there. We'll have a temporary apiary room here, even though we won't be able to get much in the way of anything whatsoever from these. Speaking of which, let's just throw some of this into our junk chests over here. Let's put it in some sort of dedicated apiary chest, because there's no point doing anything else in that regards. Let's see, over here, let's make another apiary chest. Well, it's not going to be an apiary chest, more like a chest for stuff that's apiary related to go into. So this stuff goes away, and etc. So, let's get, I think we have 1 extra oak sapling over here. 3 actually, and we can use this, throw them in, and eventually it'll replace once these are cut down with oak. Now that I think of it, there's no way, no place for this to go otherwise, so gonna have to be imaginative. So let's put that. Okay, one of them got placed down over there. So eventually this will be overrun with oak saplings. So let's take these out. And that's a lot of them. So let's bring them over so we have something to use our energy for once all those energy cells are completely overrun. And how much of this do we have? Quite a bit. Throw in there. Throw in there when it's done, and then we'll have quite a bit left over for the stills to continue our biofuel process. These are almost fully realized. So we're almost pretty much got everything that we can in this regards. So let's swap our energy cells. I think there's one over there we can swap in the tree farm that's pretty much overrun. And we should place this down first, like so. Place this down over here, like so. Place that. We got one left. And now we just need to charge this one instead. So that one's going at a nice pace, and we can afford to waste the energy. So that's good. We got this over. Here, let's charge it up. Now, is there any way to catch it? No, there isn't, unless we put like a hopper system, or if there was any way to place facades. But that's not going to happen for a while. So you have to keep on monitoring our fuel supply so as we do not completely ruin it. Or we can go out into the Merry Blue yonder and try to find some sort of oil well, because that'd probably be a good use of all the energy that we managed to cook up. So speaking about cooking up, the rock crusher doesn't have any energy, though we can probably just put some sort of energy cube there into the ground so that we can keep all of it running once everything's good. Now I'm going to want to eventually have some sort of energy cube buffer, because when this is running at full capacity, the maximum input is too low for everything else. In the sense that, let's try to explain this better. When we have the 18 engines going at full capacity, so we need 4 more, which we are still managing to create. In fact, is this enough for 4 more? No, this is enough for 2 more, but we're going to need steel plates. Anyways, it'll be running at such a place that it's higher than 125. So I'm thinking something like a buffer cube system where we have 2 of these going. That will probably be good enough, but if we have our biofuel running at constant speed anyways, it's not like it matters. And there must be some method to actually get this to go at a faster speed. In fact, there probably is. If we put another sort of Buildcraft engine here, like some sort of electric engine, and have it run off solar or something, we can have this going a lot faster, pulling out the energy a lot quicker. Now, I'm not sure whether, say, like an electrical engine will be able to, well, it'll be able to pull it out at a very fast rate, but I don't want it to be so fast that it kind of overloads the system. Now, speaking about overloading, are we managing to get enough of this fun stuff out? Probably am not. Let's look. Go over here. Is this full? Yes, it is. So all the remaining energy should be going over here, but it's not, because it's not getting anything. So we're probably going to have to fill up all of these before anything happens. But this is going to need to be a lot quicker. So probably what we'll do is actually take away the tubing that we placed here already previously, and put it around like so instead, so that we can, why are you there? Like here instead, so we can put another redstone engine there. That will be what we need to do. We have enough pistons, that's good. Like that, and like that, and like that. There we go. This should give the extra oomph that will be required to pull everything out a bit quicker. Now, I don't think it'll actually receive any of the energy. That's good. Now, if we could see how it looks like in comparison, maybe if we just look at this. Is it pulling biomass at any quicker rate? No, I think it's keeping it relatively the same. It needs to be quicker. Yep, it seems like it's getting more, judging by the fact that there's actually some quantity in each of them. We'll have to wait to see. Maybe 5 stills is overkill. we'll have to see. But we're waiting for this to be efficient anyways, so it's not like we're trying to be overly efficient or anything like that. Yeah, okay, so let's see how our steel supply is going. We need more iron to be able to fill the rest of this up, so we need to make sure that our quarry is actually getting iron. So we will have to wait for that. How's our glass? Let's just make some bottles. 45. Need more to get some of our fuel, not fuel, but our coal coke, creosote oil. Yes, that's it. We want to get our creosote oil out of here. So let's wait for that. We're going to want to put those extra bottles in there just for fun and show and profit. And how are our oak saplings going in comparison? We have some oak saplings out of there, but we're not really going at any fast quantity to put everything right because there are some empty spots and the oak saplings haven't grown yet. So worst comes to worst, we'll probably have to go out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oak saplings. Probably going to have to fill up some of our non-oak saplings to keep everything running in the meantime. Now speaking about running in the meantime, how are these going? They're almost dead and didn't yield a single bit, so we're going to need to get some proven frames in the future. That was very, very odd. How's this going? We'll probably have to improve the design somehow on this. Okay then, at least we have a plan of attack. Okay, so we have a lot of general energy, so 20 extra refined steel, not actually its name, but let's go with that. We got 20 steel, some extra resources. We'll probably use this as our material instead, and I think probably it'd be a good idea to just put our nice little energy cube right there to fill up this. Okay, that will continually run. And how are our energy cubes? Good for now. So we got a lot of energy just observing the nice lush green. That's not a green. The nice lush red that we have in them. That'll be able to continue operation for some time to come. I'm not sure how long it will be until everything's needing refilling, but I think that's good. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is do a little industrial crafts wizardry rather. If we look at some of the stuff we need, industrial centrifuge, let's see, chrome is one of the main things we will need to find to be able to do a lot of the advanced stuff. So let's look at our chrome ingots, what they're used for. They're used for the highly advanced machine blocks, which if we check them, how they're used, they make fusion coils, lightning rods, quantum chests, supercondensators, and matter fabricators. Those will be used a lot in the future. Now, along with the chrome is the titanium. If we check the titanium dust, we either use UU matter, which we don't have enough of, or we use an industrial centrifuge with bauxite. That'll get titanium dust, though that seems like the only way to get it. So bauxite is going to be one of the main things that we'll eventually need, though hydrogen cells are going to be probably very useful to make methane for one of them with carbon, and we can get deuterium with it as well, and just use it as a general fuel and everything else. That'll be interesting for fusion reactors, though currently we are not at that advanced of a stage yet. We're going to need much more iron to continue to make steel with. That's going to take a while because our quarry is currently at what, level 80? I'm not sure. Let's check. Wait, jetpack isn't fueled. Anyways, if we look down, it's at like 75, which is going to take a while to get to. I think it's like level 70 where it's actually useful, but enough about that. Okay, that didn't give any because we didn't have any in it. We'll keep those bees going, and maybe we can get something, some other types of bees to work with later on, but considering that's not too bad. Now, how's our boiler? I'll just check this once more and then see what the next thing we can do is. Okay, that's good, and okay. Let's see what industrial craft we can come up with. Now, most of the main advanced things that most of the main industrial craft things that are very advanced require a bunch of iridium. We do not have any iridium at all whatsoever right now, so we're going to need to go out and harvest some of that. I might need to go mine some of it and hopefully find some. Currently, I think I only have 2. Let's check. I think I have some ore that still needs to be processed in here. Yes, 1 iridium ore. If we throw it into our rock crusher, we'll get 2 iridium pieces. So throw this in, and it seems like this thing is very lossy when it's not being used. It's very odd. Okay, so we got 2 iridium ore. And we're going to need a lot more to be able to make the matter fabricator, which actually creates more. So let's see. Matter fabrication requires teleporters. Not too bad. Energy flow circuits, so 5 iridium plates to be able to continue. Titanium, once again, it's going to be a long, arduous process to be able to get all that. Now, I think rock crushing a bunch of our rubies will give us some more ruby dust, and we can continue. Now, let's see. We need 9 per. So, let's drop 9 out of here so we don't have any waste later on. Throw these into the rock crusher and have them turn to ruby dust. We'll throw this into here so we know where it is, etc., etc. And I think processing a bit more tin and copper will help us more in the industrial craft stuff that we need to do. Now, there are a few machines we can go with industrial craft, but I want to go for some ones that will be useful in the future. Obviously, our recyclers are still going, giving us a lot of scrap for later use, but we're going to need to be able to make the iridium and the other stuff for future use. So maybe industrial craft stuff will not be the best thing to go with. Firstly, we already have a lot of energy stored for later, so we don't need to worry too much about energy production, though some of this Gregorius tech will be interesting in the future when we'll be able to actually get to it. Unfortunately, most of this stuff isn't really useful for continuing onwards. We could make some rotary macerators and singularity compressors, but that's not fun. So, electrolyzed water cells. How do we make that? Apparently, not easily. We cannot make it through any known recipe, but I do remember that the electrolyzer will be able to make it. Now let's see, is there any advanced electrolyzer? I do not think so. The electrolyzer will take empty cells, a machine block, and electronic circuit. Did I hear that? I thought I did. I thought I heard a zombie. No? Was that just me? Okay. So the electrolyzer will make the electrolyzed water cells by, well, taking power from some form of energy storage unit and changing it into some more awesomeness. So we're going to need to make some of that. So where is it? Refined iron, check. We need rubber. We got some of that. That's good. Let's see, pyrite. Pyrite, no. that's not going to be necessary. Wait, did I have anything else in there? More ruby dust. That could have been useful. I am coming, Rock Crusher. Fear not, for I am coming for you. Okay, redstone we have also. So let's throw some more redstone in as well. Or rather, get some redstone so we have everything. Okay. Let's throw these ruby dusts into the centrifuge. Hopefully we have everything that we need for it to be able to go. I don't think it requires extra tin cells, so I could be wrong. Let's throw this in. Okay, it requires 3 tin cells. So that just means we're gonna need to use some tin. Apparently none of these go together except the wolfram. Huh. That's very odd. At least these stack. Herpaderp. Okay, that actually explains why I couldn't continually let them stack. Okay, anyways, anywho, electrolyzer will require the electronic circuit. That's not too bad to make. And then we can get that going. And it'll require more wire as well, so that won't be too bad as well. So let's see. Refined iron here. And we're going to need to make this once again. Use the remainder of our rubber. And we will need to make the machine block. And finally, let's make a bunch of cells for future use. Now this electrolyzer works by taking water cells, which we do not have, nor do we really have any water, so I should really go and make an infinite water spring somewhere more reachable than this thing, but I'm lazy. Anyways, the electrolyzer actually takes water and energy from a storage unit and turns them into electrolyzed cells. Now, it only does this when there is actually enough energy in the storage unit. I believe the threshold is 75%. It requires 75% energy in the storage unit or else it won't do anything. Now, within reason, it does sometimes allow it... What the heck? Guess this isn't needed then. Okay, so, as I was saying, there are some cases where if it's drifting below the 75%, it'll continue until it hits another mark. I'm not sure when that other mark is, but anyways, just putting this electrolyzer here, we can put the water cells in, and after a lot of time, it'll give us electrolyzed water cells. Now let's look here. It's not draining enough energy to worry too much. Actually, it's draining quite a bit of energy. I'm not sure what energy is required for that to be happy, but obviously it's more than... Well, this is also taking some of the energy, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Let's get more of this so we'll be good to go. Throw this into the centrifuge and continue spinning around and around and around. Haha. Okay, it seems like we're actually getting into the ores, but the scrap that is being produced is almost too much for this thing to handle. It's not sure how it's producing that much scrap. Then again, all the cobblestone that it has to go through is quite remarkable. I'm probably going to have to go on another mining expedition to be able to get our iron supply before we get into anything, because that will be needed. Now it seems like our oak saplings we are almost ready to go for. Now apples. Okay, how is that getting consumed? Okay, is there anything for us to prevent the apples from just going out? That worked, I guess, but it's not really the most profitable thing to do. Just looping around until it finds a solution. Now that's kind of hard to do considering that I actually need the apple to be able to do something. So let's take that and it keeps getting caught. Let's turn this off. Wait for the bloody apple to drop. Get it. Take that. Turn this around so we have it back, and we don't really have any way to do anything with it currently. We don't have any sort of chest or anything similar to do. Now we could make a chest. But here, and just have it so that the other side, of course it has to be like that, the blue side consumes the apples. Apples to apples. There we go. Now we can just drop this. And obviously, because it's dropped by the player, or rather, it is dropped while the energy cube is not in place. There we go. Now it should be sent to the blue. Eventually. It just will take some time. Now these apples will probably be useful in the future when we probably make some apple juice. I'm not too sure what we're going to use with that apple juice, though I think it's going to be nice and lovely and squishy. Yes, you heard me right. Squishy. Kind of hard to take stuff when it just consumes it like that. Okay, so since there's not really much for me to do in the time being, I think it's probably pertinent to actually go out and create another quarry. This will help speed up the process, that's for sure. And, oh, I got even more of this ruby stuff than I thought before, so that will help. Anyways, having another quarry would be a good idea to at least get down to the bottom of it. Now, probably this quarry will just be a simple small one, because if I do another big one, it's going to take a while to get down. So just a small one so that I'll be able to have well, at least a nice chunk of stuff other than all the waiting that I'm currently having to do. So a simple quarry. So I believe I do have enough diamonds, and I know I have enough energy to do so. Let's get all of this going. Okay, 13 diamonds might be just enough for everything that we need, and I think my iron is done and ready to be processed at least. So we need a bunch of iron gears. I hope this is enough for everything that we have. Let's see. We'll still have to wait for all the other iron to get into here. And then we'll have to refine it. So it's 7 gears, so this yeah, I think it's just enough to get everything. Actually, I think I planned that out quite nicely. So let's, in the meantime, make the golden pick. And once again, get very low in our diamond supply, meaning we're probably going to have to go out again and get some more. Some here, and thankfully it is only 2 diamonds, so 7. And I did manage to go out and get the right amount of iron, so that's a good thing. Now we'll just combine this once again. Got the golden gears, only go for this. Put the gears to it, and the diamonds. We got our diamonds. And we'll just have to, once again, go like this and this. Pick right there, and we got our quarry. Now I'm thinking just a simple default size quarry might be a good thing. However, we can just go for a small area anyways. And we will need some pipes and our storage cubes that we have. So let's check for the pipe situation first. Once again, send all that stupid stuff away. Hopefully we can avoid everything that we don't need. That might be good, but let's just throw this in. And that should be good. Okay, where to go? Lapis, that's what I was looking for. So get the lapis from here. Just a few landmarks will be good. We'll probably be able to retrieve the landmarks anyways. And let's take the storage cube. Charge this up a bit. and we'll probably need to make, not probably, we will need to make some more storage cubes, and we will be losing quite a bit of energy until we actually have some use for the energy. Currently that's not gonna happen. So let's see. Let's make a quarry about here. Or wait, let's see, where... We need to bring it to this chest anyway, so having it go here will be good. So place this down. Let's see. We want to consume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and here, so that's one chunk. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Here's another chunk, and we're good. So now that we have all that there, just put that there. It's going to keep 4 chunks in throng, or whatever you want to call it. We'll just quickly void the useless stuff, so we're going to have to figure out what to void once we get it. No way to avoid that, and unfortunately we will have to put this here so that we can get everything access to, etc. Now, do we have a smooth stone? We do not. So we're probably going to have to make everything in cobblestone anyways. So where's that? Here we go. We are going to need to make some golden pipes as well. Make a bunch of cobblestone. And there we go. So break that, or just put a new one on. Like that. Take that. Okay, gold right here. And here, and whatever. We'll just bring it over and have it dump its contents into this very big jumbled... what? If it's not one portal, it's another that I continually fall into. Getting old, son. Getting old. Now let's probably bring this jumbled way down here so that it sorts everything else. Now that means the green... I hope we don't find any sheep, because if we do, that'd just be a little weird. So since it's not going to be going off of any of that main power, it might be a good idea. We could have it going off another power grid, but let's just make it less complex. Have a few of these conduits going here, and just putting some energy cells when we have them onto there. That'll be simple enough. 3 of them. And that means we'll just have to get some energy cells for now. Let's go. I hope this is chunk loaded well. If it's not, that could be a problem, but it looks like it is. Actually, interesting Minecraft feature that was added. If you look at the number near the coordinates, that 14, now 11, changing, that shows the chunk boundaries. So right now, I'm within the chunk here, and now I'm not, because it turned to 0. So that means this boiler should be in the chunk boundary. At least that's how I think it works. Okay, placing. Now we got our frames working. We're just gonna have to put a void in here to show what we don't want, which will be in the blue, but for now we should put something that will not be there so that we don't void stuff accidentally, which would be a bad thing. So I'm thinking sand, sandstone as well. We can just avoid entirely. So that'll be blue. So sandstone and sand we'll put there. And this will get a nice chunk. Hopefully we'll be able to get some more interesting things later. And I think... let's see. We can just use these 2 conduits for now and throw it so that we can charge it just in case. So go like that. And this should still have energy and be at a gain eventually. Maybe if we tweak the input, so no, we'll just leave that like that and have it naturally determine what it wants to do. So eventually this should get to the iron and etc. quicker than this is. I should probably use a pump somehow to get all of that oil because it's just looking a little disastrous. But overall, we just have to wait and see how everything goes and maybe make some more storage cubes for the future. Hopefully get a few brainstorm ideas for what we want to do next episode. We have time. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.